Hello, my name is Caitlin Finan and I'm an Esri instructor. Today I would like to share with you how we can start working with calculated expressions in ArcGIS Field Maps. And the expression I'm about to show you is specifically relevant for features that have a relationship class established. And the point is to pull information from those features and auto-populate some of the attributes in a new related record. The scenario being that you're out in the field, you're using ArcGIS Field Maps, and as you're adding new related records to a feature, you would like some of that information to come in by default, to be auto-populated from the parent feature. So here in my example, I have these inlet points. I have stormwater inlets all around town, and we're collecting condition information about those inlets. So let's go ahead and click there. And I'm going to come into the tables because it's this table that my users are going to be adding new records to as they're collecting that information. So it's inlet inspection, and the one field I would like to be automatically populated is facility ID. So this facility ID is also stored in the parent feature. It's stored in my inlet points. I'd like to pull that information out from my inlet points, drop it in right here to save the users a step, right? They will not have to manually type this. So let's click on facility ID and then come into the properties here. At the bottom, you'll see calculated expressions. Let's go ahead and add one. So we will be using the arcade language to write this expression. The first thing we need to do is establish some variables. So the first variable is just going to give us access to the related records. So let's go ahead and call that variable stormwater features. And then for the equal, defining it, we're going to use a function. So I'm going to use these globals to help me write this. Under feature right here, let's click on this arrow. We'll drill down and now you can see the fields. But if we come to the bottom here, we also see an option for related records because it recognizes that this relationship exists. So let's click on the related records here. And now it's this special function, feature set by relationship name, that gives us access to those related features. So we're going to click on there. Some of the format's already been filled in for us. We have the feature. This right here is the name of the relationship. And then I'd also like to add one more parameter, and that's going to be the field I actually want to pull out and auto-populate. And I happen to know the exact name of that field is facility ID. All right, so let's go ahead and hit enter. And so now we have access to those related records. We're going to create another variable, this time just call it feature. And this is going to give us the first feature in those records. So it's going to be first, and then I'm going to use that variable we just created, stormwater features. All right, so we have access. Now we're taking the record that's related to it. And then next I'm going to copy and paste a conditional statement. And what this statement is doing is saying if a facility ID exists, then return it. And if it does not, return null. All right, so let's go ahead and test it. And it looks like it's going to work because we're getting a result there. So let's go ahead and see this in action in the mobile app. So now that I saved the form I was working on, I reloaded the map here on my mobile device. Let's take a look at what we have set up. I'll click on that inlet point right there, click on the name of it here in the list, and you can see the facility ID is 28642. This is what I would like to automatically populate in the new related record. So let's add one. I'm going to click on the inlet inspection related table to now add a new record. I'll click add, and you could see there just took 1 second, maybe less than 1 second, to automatically populate that value here in facility ID. So now we're seeing 28642 written there, and remember that was pulled from that inlet point I clicked on, populated here in that facility ID field. So that was the purpose of the demonstration, to show you how you can get started working with calculated expressions. Thanks for watching.